Welcome to Coffee and Candor. This is Chris.
Ross.
Brandy.
Amber.
And we have got a bunch of bullshit to talk about today. So the first thing on the list, this has nothing to do with politics. So I want to get that out of the way up front. Joe Biden's wife, her name is Jill. Jill has a doctorate of education. She is a doctor of education. She has completed a bachelor's, a master's, and an Ed.D., which is a postgraduate thing. And everybody is giving her shit because she goes by Dr. Jill Biden.
She's a doctor.
She's a doctor.
So listen to me carefully, you fucking morons. Not every doctor is a medical doctor.
People are so ignorant they don't realize that.
That's what they're saying. Oh, it's not like she's going to treat your high blood pressure. No, goddammit, she's not.
I saw a lot of things on Facebook saying Jill Biden isn't a real doctor, and I said you need to change the name to that to Jill Biden is not a
medical doctor because they are different.
But I understand. Alexis had a teacher. Was it kindergarten?
Yeah, something like that.
And she insisted on being called Doctor. Was it Comerford?
Comerford, yeah.
And it did drive me crazy.
Well, like my former boss, he's a doctor.
Not a medical doctor.
No, but he has a doctorate. Mm-hmm. You know, he's perfectly entitled to use that as his title.
Yeah,
and he does.
And after I finished my master's degree, I had several universities wanting me to do their doctoral program, and I would have if it wouldn't have been another $70,000. But I would have had a doctor of management degree.
Yeah. I mean, their doctorate is not a medical term. It evolved. Like, to call someone your family doctor or your medical doctor, that evolved from the doctoral degree.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, if that's the way we want to go, then no psychologist needs to be called doctor because not one of them has a medical degree. Not a single fucking one.
But no, we shouldn't go that way. If somebody works hard enough to earn a doctoral degree, they deserve to be called doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're just, not you, but whoever says that is just showing how fucking ignorant and ill-educated they are.
Yeah, and that's what I've posted on these things. I'm like, look, you know, whether you like her or not is not the point.
She earned the title.
She earned that degree. She earned the title. She's not claiming to be a medical doctor.
They act like she's committing fraud, like she's running around, diagnosing the measles and shit.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Psychologists have a Psych D.
Mm-hmm.
Clinical psychologists most of them don't have a PhD, and they certainly don't have an MD.
But we all call them doctor.
Exactly. 99% of your research scientists don't have an MD either. They have a PhD. Her degree could have gone either Ed.D., which is what she did, or PhD in education.
Yeah.
Both of those are available degrees.
And they're valid. They're not...
Yeah, it's not like she got a degree in gender studies or some stupid shit like that.
Doctorate in underwater basket weaving.
Yeah. you know, I mean...
And I mean, like, the doctoral degree indicates a level of education, and she's perfectly entitled to use the honorific.
Yeah, and everybody wants to say, and this has been on major news outlets.
And all it does is make them look stupid.
Yeah, this has been on major news outlets, and this is what bothers me. This whole idea, if you expect to, go into the hospital and see, and she's going to treat your whatever. No, she's never. If she was running around claiming to be a medical doctor, that's a different thing. But that's not what the fuck she's doing. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, she's a professor. She uses,
Yeah, and I don't get what the problem is with acknowledging that she took the time as a working person. Mm-hmm. Like, she didn't quit her job as a working person to complete this doctoral degree. I don't see what the problem is with giving her credit for it.
The problem is that they honestly don't understand. They think in their mind that doctor equals healthcare provider.
Conversely, Ben Carson, who the mainstream media insists on calling Mr., actually is a neurosurgeon.
A medical doctor.
Yeah, he is, and they refuse to call him Dr. Ben Carson most of the time.
Yep, if he earned it, he should...
Like practicing...
Right, like if he earned that degree or honorific, he should...
He was one of the first black neurosurgeons in the world.
That's cool.
And they don't like his politics, so they fucking take every jab they can. And that's what this is, too. And I don't agree with either one. He is a doctor. He earned that. Call him fucking doctor.
If that's what he wanted to be called. Yeah.
Right. She is also a doctor of education. If she wants to be called doctor, God damn it, it's not hurting anything. It's not. It's
she
not,
earned it.
It's not misleading either.
She earned that right.
Just misleading to idiots.
Yeah. But unfortunately, they get thicker on the ground on the daily.
Yeah. Just like if... here's something most people don't know. Most of your research docs aren't medical doctors either. They have PhDs. So, Dr. Anthony Fauci, he's not a medical doctor. He has a PhD in virology or epidemiology or whatever.
Right, so he was never a practicing physician.
But
his specialty
nobody has a problem with him being called doctor, do we?
Because here, in their little heads... that he is involved in medicine, virology. I understand what you're saying, and you're right. But in their heads, there's a connection because he's involved in the medical industry where she is not, which she never said she was.
We don't have a problem calling people doctor that have doctorates in, like, physics.
Nope. But I'm just saying, it's not... It's just ignorance on it. They literally don't understand the terminology.
Well, I don't even, honestly, I don't even think
there's plenty of people that work in the medical field that are not doctors. They shouldn't be called doctor.
Yeah.
No.
So just because he's in the medical field.
I get it. I mean, I just, the people that are that dumb, I honestly don't know if I can dumb down my language enough to make them understand.
Well, I've made a couple of comments, and all of them saying basically what I've just said. And some of them were received well, but most of them I was raked over the coals for because I clearly just don't understand. Yes, because I got through a fucking graduate degree with a child's understanding of the world.
You don't understand, okay.
You saying you couldn't dumb it down made me think of something. We were watching, I don't know, it was a murder thing last night on TV, something I was watching.
Like a
trial.
Crime?
Yeah. And this guy was on trial for, this girl was burned alive, and she was alive when she died later in the hospital. But, so the guy went on trial... And in whatever state they were in, I can't remember what state, it had to be unanimous, guilty or not guilty. So all the jurors come out and they say,
"Oh my God,
do you
these
have a
fucking
unanimous
idiots."
decision?" "Yes, we do." He said, "What is your decision?" What was it? Not guilty. Not guilty. And you hear one of the jurors say, "I didn't say not guilty."
Then that's not unanimous.
And he was like, "What?" And he explained to them again. It has to be unanimous. Everybody has to agree.
That's what unanimous means,
not
guys.
Guilty,
yeah.
We're guilty.
Yeah, there's not a secondary definition.
So he sends them all back. And they come back.
Oh, fuck.
Do we have a unanimous decision? Yes, we do. What is it? Then you hear somebody else. That's not what I voted.
It was several of them the second time.
They're like, we're going to write unanimous on the board.
And that's how I told Chris, if I was the judge, I would be like, what the fuck do you not understand that everybody has to
They don't understand
agree?
what the fuck unanimous means.
We told them. It has to be unanimous. Everybody has to agree either guilty or not guilty. That when he sent them back the first time.
He said, here's the word and we're going to define it for you.
Yeah.
And they still couldn't do it.
And then...
Yeah, they couldn't pull it off.
And then that was a mistrial, and then they brought in a whole new
If I were the judge, I'd have just lost my shit
Is
right
the
there.
human race collectively getting dumber,
Yes.
or is our or is the United States education system?
No, it's
the human race, and it's.
I'm just wondering, were these people afraid to speak up when it was just them and other jurors?
You know what it is? Mercury's been in a constant retrograde for like 8 years.
I don't want to get in a conflict.
But I mean, if you aren't, I've been a juror.
He's going to send you back in the room.
Yeah, you're going to have to. If you're willing to say it in the courtroom, like you're not supposed to speak out of turn there. So, like I've been on a jury and I've been a jury foreman. Like, if you can't say I'm going to verbalize my position, you should disqualify yourself. You know, I mean, like, because that's...
Is that how easy it is? That's awesome. I'm going to remember that.
The second time they came out, somebody yelled, "No, I think he's guilty," and everybody was just like,
What the fuck?
Wow. We're not communicating here, are we? Oh my God.
See, if I was the judge, I would have, I'm like, I would have lost my shit. I'd have been like, let me say this fucking slowly for the people in the back.
I'm telling you, Rush Hour, greatest line ever said. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Oh my God. So, I don't know. This made me think of something Mason did the other day. When Ross came home from work, he wanted to come over.
Oh, God.
And I finished all my stuff.
Come see BB.
Yeah, and I was like, I had just laid down to read, and I was like, well, BB's having quiet time right now. I can't go to sleep because we got to go meet Chris and Amber, but I'm reading, so it's quiet. And if you want to lay in the bed with me and watch one of your shows, and I'll read, we'll be fine. And so that's what he did. But he'd stop and he'd go, "Baby, do you speak into English?" And I was like,
be like, "Yes, dude, so do you."
Yeah, I was like, "Yep." Fluently, and he'd go, "What is Nick Narden?" And I was like, "Baby, that's not English.
That's not anything."
Yeah, I was like,
"That's Klingon."
I was like, "You just made that up. That's like."
You know, there's gonna be one motherfucker that has learned Klingon. Like, no, it's not.
Well, I don't know where that came from because he's clearly articulate enough. Because yesterday,
just wait, because then he goes on again, and I said. And so he said, "All right, well, I really love you." And I said, "I love you too." And he said back down and he goes, "How do I say I love you in English?" I was like,
just like that.
I was like, I love you. I said, "Baby," and he goes, and then he makes something like, I was like, no, that might be how you say it in robot. I don't know. But in English, which is what we speak in our home, you just say, "I love you." Those are the words you said them.
Yeah, I'd have been like, and that, by the way, that's the only real language you speak to. So,
and he was like, "Well, so what am I talking right now?" I said, "English." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then like,
so then yesterday, we're in the house.
You know, he's been wanting this tractor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it finally came in. Thank God.
He doesn't know.
We were worried it was lost.
Yeah.
So then yesterday, I'm in the house with him.
He's pooping.
He goes to the bathroom. He's pooping. Papa! Papa! I open the door. I'm like, yeah? He's like, "If you go shopping today, can you get me a keyboard so I can sing?" It's like, sure.
I think I would have mentioned you don't need a keyboard to sing.
Yes, you do, Chris.
No, you don't.
If you want to accompany yourself, you do.
But singing, you can do a cappella too.
And he has a microphone. But anyway, so BB got on the Amazons, and they're delivering a keyboard tomorrow.
Oh my God.
He's something, y'all. I don't know about that boy.
Okay, so I guess we'll go on to the Jake Paul thing. So a few weeks ago,
Jake Paul is an MMA fighter, right?
No, Jake Paul fucking
and
YouTube
Logan Paul
influencer.
started out on YouTube. They both box. They've been boxing for years.
Like regular boxing, or like you? Okay.
So several weeks ago with the Mike Tyson fight, Jake Paul was on the
running his
undercard.
mouth.
No.
Okay.
He was fighting some NBA player. The NBA player was the one that called him out. Okay. So that doesn't actually matter. What matters, what's pertinent to this conversation, is the fact that Jake Paul is white.
Knocked his ass out in the first round.
Jake Paul is white. The NBA player is black. I know it shouldn't matter, but for this it does. Jake Paul knocked him out in the first round. Okay, fine.
The black guy got knocked out.
Yes.
Okay.
They both were aware that this was a
boxing match.
A boxing match.
They signed up for that.
They both trained. They both got paid.
Okay.
Jake Paul was doing an interview with these two black women.
Yeah, I don't know if they were like YouTube interview or if it was like sport interview.
I think this was like not ESPN, but something kind of like that.
And they were like sportscasters.
Well, they were.
Let me see.
I don't know if they weren't sportscasters, but anyways, these two black women and these dumbasses asked Jake Paul, Do you think it's racist that you knocked out a black guy?
No.
I'd have been like at the bank the other day. I don't understand the question.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, so let's address
Why
that.
would you even ask that?
I understand the words, but I don't understand the question.
You know
I'm
what?
not sure how to say her name. Maybe Jamel Hill and Carrie